It's only bloody heads. Well, you know what that means. As we, this is the last one, by the way. I'm not doing any more of this. The tradition was heads clean, tails dirty, and it's heads. However, I prepared this tails dirty episode for today. Heads, dirty, nasty, filthy, rotten episode. And it was heads, which means you can fuck your dick right off. You can take your dick and twist it until it comes off, and then you could swallow it and choke on it and do it when you're alone, because you wouldn't do that while other people are around. That would be weird and silly. People would think ill of you. But because you're alone, choking on your own stupid, rotten little silly, smelly, twisted off little penis, there's no one to help you to Heimlich your dick out of your mouth, and so you're going to choke and die on it, you fucking cunt bag. Go fuck yourself. Oh, do a clean episode. Can't you just do one episode that I don't have to mute? Oh, we shut up, you fucking dick mouth. Oh, put some more dicks in your mouth. See if any more will fit in there. Go on. I'm not bitter and mad at all. I'm well adjusted and happy and content. Speaking of Posca, now I say this as of the time I'm currently recording, so all of this could change. This is just as I'm recording. This is the situation I saw, I guess, witnessed. Earlier this morning, I apologise because I haven't slept, but I'm staying awake just to record this for you because I love you all so much, and I want to put my dick in all of your mouths. The penis. Oh, where's my machine? Oh, I think I might have thrown it out. My little EPC machine. So as of recording earlier this morning, I saw a notification on my phone saying via Instagram that Posca UK had mentioned me in a reel. They made a video reel on their Instagram page, and they'd mentioned me in it. And I saw in the notification it said Posca UK have mentioned you, and then there was a little thumbnail, and it was my video. They'd obviously posted my video drawing this guy with the Posca marker pens. You know, I tried to get their attention, and evidently it seemed to work. They were in my DMs. They asked me to send them the video so they could post it, and it took their sweet bloody time. That was fucking weeks and weeks ago. But it seems they finally posted it. However, I saw that notification, and the notification said about 7 minutes ago or something. It said, because it says when it says like now or 2 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, 2 days, whenever. It said about 7 minutes ago. Well, it didn't say about, it said 7 minutes ago. And so I clicked on it, and it said, this reel is no longer available. And I looked on their page, and there was not a reel with my video, and I checked like my messages, because if they tag you in it, it goes into your messages to say this person tagged you in a post, and then you can interact with it from there if you choose to do so. But there was nothing. There was no sign that Posca had posted anything. I don't have a screenshot of the notification, because why would I screenshot the notification? That'd be weird. So there's no sign that ever happened, which is maybe their aim, because I figure one of two possibilities is probably the case of what's happened. One possibility is that it's purely down to some kind of like clerical or administrative error on the part of Posca UK, where it was maybe like, oh no, we weren't supposed to post that. We weren't supposed to post that today. We're going to post something else today. We'll post that another time. Or, you know, there was some spelling error and they were like, oh shoot, no, take that down and repost it later on. Or maybe an issue with the song. The song wasn't cleared or something, because I sent them the video I posted which had the MF Doom song on it, and maybe they decided against that or something. Maybe. However, the other possibility I think could have happened, which I'm sure is the more likely one, is that they posted it and then somebody in charge saw that they posted it, saw that they mentioned me, clicked my name, the @ on my name, and went to my page and saw my page and saw the things I post and said, oh God, no, we can't have this. We can't be promoting this guy and his filthy, horrible artwork, all his nudes and his violence, especially against women, and rightfully so. Am I right, guys? Eh? And his foul language and his disgusting choices of subject matter. More like subject don't matter. Am I right, guys? That's what I reckon happened, because there is a recorded history. Come on, Tipex, work, you bloody bastard, you. There is a recorded history of that happening, of brands and companies wanting to work with me and then realising I'm a bit edgy. Can't have that kind of content on our family-friendly page, which is totally reasonable if you have, you know, a family-friendly brand and product. You can't then have eWAN all over the place. This is a lot darker green than I thought it would be. That's a shame. It'll do though. It'll do. That'll do, donkey. Oh, I've seen Shrek like once. It doesn't really interest me. I know it's a whole thing. It's a meme to like Shrek, but yeah, it's all right. So yeah, I'm like fairly certain they posted it. Somebody involved saw it, saw me, and went, nope, no. And you, I think I even said, and you may even have noticed that after posting the video on my page of me drawing the cat with the Poscas, trying to get their attention, I kept my page like family friendly for a good couple of weeks, maybe. I was posting like only fun, happy stuff that people could get on board with. No tits, no asses, no violence against women or otherwise. I kept it clean for a good couple of weeks because I thought, well, if they do post that video, then, you know, it should be fucking clean. Something in my teeth. Let's wash it out with today's beverage of the week. It's caffeine free, which is a shame, but I've got my caffeine pills, so I'm not too bothered about that. Root beer! A nice root beer. I like a nice root beer. There are various different branded root beers. This is just whatever my supermarket had in the foreign aisle. They have an aisle full of foreign food. Food alien to our country, to our lands, to our aisles. Because root beer is not traditionally a very British drink. We have ginger beer, which is sort of readily available, but I like a nice ginger beer. But then they took forever to post my goddamn video. I figured they'd decided against it. They weren't going to post the video. And so I started posting bums and tits and shit again. And evidently, that was a poor decision on my part. Woe is me for that. Silly old bloody Ewan. Stupid old fucking Nimrod asshat ballbag Ewan posting his filthy rotten garbage all over the place. And getting potential brand deals cancelled because he's a filth monger. He's a monger of filth. Which is a funny word. I think it means like a purveyor of, because I know fishmonger is a thing. And I know from back in the day, I got the Mighty Max Skull Mountain. Oh, if I remember, where are we at time-wise? About 10 minutes. Do you remember Skull Mountain? If I remember, I'll put in a picture of it. Skull Mountain Mighty Max. Apparently Skull Mountain is an actual thing outside of Mighty Max. Yeah! I was looking into buying it again fairly recently, within the last few years, just for the nostalgia of it. But then looking at it with like newer eyes, more modern eyes, it looks kind of shitty. Like it's a big chunk of red plastic with some like black spray on the front to make it look rock-like. It's a big mountain with a rock face, and it opens up, but it's this whole thing. And my mum got it for me completely by surprise. I came home from school one day and it was just there. I was only like vaguely aware that it was my birthday, and then my mum had this thing for me, and it was incredible at the time. All these bits, this like lift that goes up and down, and a thing that comes out, and like an island, and it had like a little stingray with a spring-loaded like mouth that shot out, and it had like shit going on. It was really, really cool for what it was. But there's a little orange man, which is orange in this because he's sort of like, it's a crappy old like 90s toy, whereas the more modern ones, he's like red and big and bulky. But it's a little like demon guy, and his name's Warmonger, and he's obviously a monger of war. I assume that means purveyor of war. See, so I was aware of the word monger from a very early age, because I was fortunate enough somewhere along the way to get hold of that, to be gifted the Mighty Max Skull Mountain playset. Let's Google what the word monger means. Monger meaning. Holding my pen in my mouth, my apologies. Denoting a dealer or trader in a specified commodity, or denoting a person who promotes a specified activity, situation, or feeling, especially one that is undesirable or discreditable. Oh, a warmonger is the... and fishmonger. They're the only two mongers I know of, and they're the two examples given in the Google Dictionary definitions. A dealer or trader in a specific commodity, fishmonger, or denoting a person who promotes a specified activity, one that is undesirable or discreditable, warmonger. So yeah, a purveyor of, a dealer or trader, or a promoter of a thing is somebody who mongs, a monger. If you're a monger, a mongus. If you're a monger, you are a purveyor of. And I'm clearly a monger of filth, a filth monger. I like that word, actually. I have to be careful writing it down in marker pen. I'm writing it down just for my own benefit because I like it. Filth monger. Ewan. Filth monger. That would be my autobio book. Which probably, if it's a comic book or just, a biography, like a novel, not a novel, but, like an actual book, a piece of written prose, it will be called Ewan, Filthmonger. I should have an exhibition called that, shouldn't I? Filthmonger. Selected artworks by smelly old horrible piss-stained, ass-reeking Uncle Ewan. Stupid old, bloody, awful, horrendous, can't work with him professionally because he's so goddamn filthy and horrible. Uncle Stupid Ewan. What a rotter. What a fucking rotter. What an absolute fucking rotter he is. He's filthy and horrible, and brands don't want to work. And I've spoken about this before, where I've been told specifically brands and sponsors don't want to work with me because I'm filthy and horrible, or they threaten to remove sponsorships of certain events that I might be a part of because I jokingly mentioned violence against women. Oh, we can't have that. Can't have someone jokingly talk about violence against women. Take the sponsorship away because this one person said something disagreeable. He's a filth monger for that. What an absolute monger of filth. He's absolutely promoting an undesirable specified activity, situation or feeling. What a fucking rotten little piece of shit. Shame on his parents who raised a little bastard like this. God, they should be ashamed of themselves. I hope they're rolling in their graves if they're dead. They should probably hope that they are dead so they don't have to be alive to see this filthy, rotten, horrible individual doing this filthy, rotten, horrible shit that he's doing. Oh, no son of mine would ever be so brash and nasty as this stupid little cunt. What a fucking mess. What a rotten little stinky horrible individual. Oh, I hope he gets what's coming to him. I hope he gets some violence against him from women. I hope women are violent towards him. That's the solution. You fight violence with violence. Well, in some cases you do. You know, punching Nazis, for instance, is a perfectly valid and reasonable thing to be doing. And if someone is genuinely violent against women, maybe violence against them is the answer. But in this instance, just for the sake of me being shitty and filthy and horrible, yeah, I hope he gets violenced towards him by women. I hope women are violent towards him, even though he's never actually been violent towards a woman once in his life. I hope, just because he jokes about it, that he experiences genuine violence from a woman towards him, because why bloody not? I mean, it's not like we're going to work with him. I don't care what happens to him. Fuck him. The rotten, stinking, horrible little piece of shit. Fucking waste of space. Stupid cunt. Fuck him. Fuck him and the cunt he came out of. And the cunt that fucked that cunt in the first place and got that cunt pregnant. Fuck all. Oh, god damn it. Oh, God, you bloody great fucking tit. God damn it. So I did a whole bunch of drawings and paintings of the Thing. You know, The Thing, that film about the Thing from Out of Thing. And then I did, like, some other thing. I did, like, this, you know. This is a really cool... I really like this painting. It's not quite the original that I did as a commission, which is now with the person that paid for it, which is a bit of a shame because I really, really fucking love that painting I did. It's one of my favourite paintings I've ever done. I think the colours and everything in that are just so perfect, and I got the shapes and everything, and I was really, really happy with that painting, which is rare. So that's something. But then this one... it's not as good, but it's funny because, you know, it's like The Thing and it's like the film, but it's not quite like the film because it's the Thing from Fantastic Four. Now I've got this guy, you know, very lovingly and wonderfully gifted to me. I was very happy for that, and I did say I was going to use that for painting. This, you probably would have seen it on my Instagram by now. I uploaded it just before I started recording the fucking podcast, so this is another painting I'm really, really happy with. I'm going to send it away to Wales. I mentioned there's an exhibition. And they're going to... I'm putting some artwork and I'm sending this, and I'm going to have it for sale for thousands of pounds. Because I don't want to sell it, but if someone's willing to pay thousands of pounds for it, they can have it. Otherwise, I'm happy for it to not sell if that's the case. Because that's a really fucking nice painting, isn't it? I was really happy with that. And, you know, like, it's not a one-to-one copy, but you can see, like, the inspiration, the reference And the fact that I used reference definitely helped shape the painting into the fucking whatever shit piss bloody urine hepatitis AIDS penis it is. And then I saw this in my local comic book shop. I thought, well, that's quite neat. I'm looking at, and I was going to do a Hulk painting also. I probably won't have time for that to be part of the exhibition, but it's the clobbering time. The artwork's a little bit. Oh, it's not bad. The artwork is good and fun, but it feels to me, for a Marvel comic, it feels slightly off-model, which I like. I like it because it feels a bit off-model. It doesn't feel like a typical Marvel Heroes comic. It's got a slight feeling of like Jeff Darrow hard-boiled about it, with like the wounds they've got. And this is red blood on him, and there's blood throughout the comic. It's like, it's a Marvel comic. They don't usually do that kind of shit, so that's quite cool to see. And the glass in the Hulk and stuff, like that's violent, man. So I picked it up. I thought it looked quite neat. I think it's, you know, number one of a series, I guess. I probably won't get the series, but I just thought this was quite a neat thing for now. They're at dinner or breakfast or something with Reed Richards at the Fantastic Four. Story is something, and then some guy shows up who's like Doctor Doom / Iron Man, and then they get transported. There's Bruce Banner and the Thing get transported to this alien world, and there's these little fuckers there, and look, they're looking down on them. Oh, he's got a translation thing, and it's about light and love, strangers. I'm sorry, but you've arrived at a moment of our annihilation. Well, that's not bloody good, is it? Big, giant fucking monsters. How cool is that? Okay, looks like a class 4 kaiju. Very doable for us. We got a couple approaches worth considering. That works too. And the Hulk jumps into action. That's pretty funny. That's a funny little, like... Oh, the Thing's just like, it's one of these bloody monsters again. Okay, right. What we could do is this, or no, we could do this, but it's a bit. Whereas Banner's like, fucking punch it. That's what I do with vaginas. Well, you know, you can tickle the top and like go around the sides and like, and that whole thing. Or you can do what I do, and you go, put on a knuckle duster and go. Violence against women? I don't know what you mean. Violence against vaginas specifically, that's what I'm into. And they fight big monsters. That's cool, isn't it? I like the designs of the monsters, and you can see the artwork is like, it looks more like independent comic-y rather than like Marvel, which is good. I like it. I'm a fan. I think that's one of the reasons I liked Scotty Young's Rocket Raccoon, because the artwork didn't feel like, it felt more cartoony and more fun. It didn't feel like a typical Marvel comic. So it's good that they do branch out now and again and do fun kind of things. Like, this artwork's cool, but it's a bit typical, isn't it? There's a bunch of shit. There's a bunch more monsters, and I like the artwork in you know, the big close-ups of the monsters, and the fight scenes are cool. The Hulk fucking, what did he punch his knee? Did he smash his kneecap out? And the monster grabs his knee like, oh fuck! He's like, his eyes are closed slightly. He's like crying. He's got a fucking dead leg. I like just the little them and the little chunky orange man. He looks like Earl from Toe Jam and Earl, which is quite funny. And then they fight monsters, and that's cool too. And these people are really small, evidently, and so they're saving this alien race from being torn apart by thousands and thousands of monsters, I guess. 100,000 ravenous legions descended upon them. Gosh. And then the Thing and the Hulk jump into action. 2 versus a multitude, and the multitude were the long shot. And I love because the artwork here is kind of goofy. They look like little jelly men. They're just like person shaped, and you've got the colours green and orange of the Hulk and the thing, and then just these silly little jelly bodies being flung around. That's where it's good, because it's not quite Jeff Darrow's like painstakingly detailed drawings of little monsters and things, as we saw last week. But it's fun, nevertheless. It's fun little like drawings of monsters being flung about. And that's what's, missing from a lot of comics. I say that having read like 0.0001% of comics. There might be a lot of fun comics out there. I just don't look at them because I don't leave the house ever. And that's on me, I suppose. Fight scenes! Hulk tearing this one's head apart. He's bashing brains in, punching teeth out, ripping his spine out. That's violent as fuck. Oh, he's got like some worm thing like on his arm there. That's really cool. Smashing his mouth in. And I mean, it's not human blood, so I guess they get away with it a bit. But that's a violent spread, man. There's shit going on. His teeth like knocked the fuck out of his mouth. His brain's squished. Ripping his fucking spine out. If that was like a little bit more like graphically drawn, that wouldn't be allowed to be in a Marvel comic, surely. And then they're lying on top of this pile of deceased monsters. He's got fucking chunks out of him. Somehow he's got a black eye. His rocks have been like torn apart and ripped off. Hulk's got fucking teeth and shit all in him. He got a big fucking tooth through his foot. Jesus. And then he gets a message from Johnny Storm, and it's, I don't know, funny or something. They're like on Instagram. See, Ben Grimm, the Thing, has got 650,000 followers, which is, But then Johnny Storm, the hunk, is 51.4 million. I don't know if there's even that many people on Instagram. There probably are, but... And then there's some god, I don't know. And then Reed Richards is being hilarious, and Hulk could eat. And his like fingers like shredded, and he's all fucking torn apart and broken and bruised. I could use an Advil. What's Advil? Is that like I assume some sort of painkiller, like a paracetamol. Oh, it's like ibuprofen more than paracetamol. Okay. I assume it's like a brand name or whatever. And then number 2, next, Wolverine and the Thing, looking like coronavirus. Wolverine's leg torn open, his ribs showing. The Thing travels to Krakow for a symposium on mutant and superhuman interconnection. While there, he teams up with Wolverine and is confronted by the mysterious Plunderer. And the table is set for a battle for all creation and possibly Ben Grimm's greatest adventure. I mean, that could be fun, I guess. If I see it in the shop, I'll pick it up and maybe have a flick through it. But yeah, that's a fun little romp. Making my way down the block with the Glock. Yo ass finna get shot. That's the sound of the boom, 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 boom. That's the grenade launcher. Finna kill you. Finna drill you. And now you bleeding. Black geck. That black geck. When I shoot you in your neck, the sound go black geck. That's funny, isn't it? Remember that one from episodes ago. I guess I should mention purple at least once during the purple episode. Hello, this is Welcome to Purple with Purple. Do you know what we should be drawing? Purple helmets, Because it's not just the purple episode, it's a filthy, disgusting, vile, violent purple episode. I've got something purple for you. A nice big purple head of my penis. Which I do understand calling them purple, but I find they're often more pink than purple. But then a pink helmet, it doesn't really sound as fun or funny, does it? You know, I get it, yeah, and it's somewhat purple. Purple works, yeah, and if you draw one and you draw it purple, draw one. If you ever draw a penis, does anyone know? I'm gonna die, I hope. If anyone's ever drawn a penis, has anyone ever drawn a penis? Here, hands up. Leave a comment if you've ever drawn a penis, be it graphic or otherwise. I once got sort of somewhat involved with a girl online. We had a somewhat online relationship, kind of, for a little while. Because the first I ever really spoke to her was she did drawings, and she followed me for a while, and I followed her because she did drawings, and the drawings were quite good. And I was like, oh, hey, that's kind of neat, you know. She didn't post her face, so I assumed she was a fucking ugly bitch. Turns out she wasn't. But she did drawings, and so I followed her back, you know, as an act of charity. I do that sometimes. And one day in one of her Instagram stories or something, she posted a drawing of a penis. And I was like, oh, I've seen that penis before. Because ages ago, I drew like a how to draw a penis effectively thing. So rather than just draw the typical, you know, this, and I drew like 3D like cross-section diagrams and like different parts with like arrows pointing to the different bits that make up the penis, to sort of, you know, help to enhance people's penis drawings, to go from this to this grand, you know, 3D voluminous member. And she'd obviously taken that and just copied it, just straight copied it, which, you know, fucking dumb horse. Whore. I was going to say so after that, but it came out with me saying horse. Dumb whore. Ha! I'm just being unnecessarily vile in my descriptions of. She was a lovely girl, and she is still a lovely girl. A lovely German girl, which is cool. I like Germans. Germans are fun. They're a fun people. And she was a really talented artist. Like, she's genuinely really good at drawing. But sadly, I think, you know, because of having to work for a living and her own sort of like mental health issues and stuff, she doesn't draw much these days, which is very, very sad. Point being, she copied my drawing, put it in her story or whatever, and I saw it and I went, hey, I recognise that penis. And she was like, oh, tee-hee, yeah, I might have been inspired by you. Whatever. And then from there we got to talking, and then had a somewhat kind of online relationship for a little while. And point being, it's funny that happened because of a penis, my penis specifically, not strictly my own, you know, body part penis, but the penis that I had drawn, and it was my drawing of a penis. So it was it was penis that brought us together, and we never like met in person or anything. It never got to that point, but you know, it was just a nice, you know, one of those like brief little online sort of chatting and flirting and whatever. You know, I've had a few of those. I think with the sort of persona I have online, it sort of lends itself towards those kinds of relationships, because people get the parasocial with me, and they think I'm, you know, this lovely, funny, quirky, fun guy, this great artist, and then they spend time talking to me and very quickly realise that actually I'm just a piece of shit. And I call women whores with no fucking cause, for no reason. Because I'm a fucking cunt, because I'm a filthy, rotten piece of shit. And that's why no fucking companies want to work with me. I'm not, you know, I'm somewhat upset by it. It is upsetting to, you know, to almost constantly just have official channels let you know that you're not good enough. You are too much of this, too much of that. And we don't ever want to work with you because you're just about a piece of shit. You filthy, rotten piece of shit. It's the Cheshire Cat, obviously. Duh. I mean, it's not. It's not a thing. It's not. You're not supposed to be guessing what I'm drawing. I'm not Rolf Harris, the pedophile. I think he was a pedophile. Was that a thing? Rolf. Lots of googling today. This is fun. Rolf Harris. I spelled it wrong. I spelled Rolf with a PH instead of an F. Harris. Allegations. That's a good word to use, isn't it? Oh, did he get prosecuted? Charged with multiple counts of indecent assault dating between 1968 and 1986. Jeez. Indecent assault. That's bad. That's not just like showing his dick to some people. That's badness. I'm not him. And for those who are unaware, he's an Australian, I guess, artist and singer, musician, weird, just performer, just some weird like variety performer. But he'd have like a show where he'd do drawings, and he'd start doing like a big drawing on a board or something. And the whole thing, his catchphrase for that was, "Can you tell what it is yet?" Because you're supposed to like see him building this image and then guess what it is. Like, what is it? Oh, he's drawing lines here and lines there, and oh, what is it? Can you tell what it is yet? And that was the whole thing. And that's not what I'm doing. My point being, I'm not doing a Rolf Harris. I'm not being like, hey, can you guess what I'm drawing? It's purple. It's clearly the Cheshire Cat. It's the Cheshire Cat. That's, yeah, from Alice in Wonderland. It's the Cheshire Cat. It is what it is. You know what it is. You know I will shoot you in your eye just so I can hear the black geck. Black geck. Black geck. But maybe it hurts my feelings to, be told that, the you that is you, that you've worked hard to, put out there and express is bad, and we can't use it for money. Ultimately, that's it. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? It all comes down to money. The money won't let us, work with you, because then we might make less money, because the people that typically would give us money might see you and go, oh, you're not getting my money, and then we won't get as much of the money. So because of the money, Ewan, we can't work with you. Oh, we're going to pull our sponsorships. We're going to stop giving you money to the event because you've got Ewan and he's saying nasty things, and so the money dictates that money is the money, and so Ewan because of the money, and then you don't get the money because you've got the Ewan. You can have Ewan or you can have money. That's how it is. You get the money or you get Ewan. You can't have both. I mean, part of me, the self-hating, cynical part of me says, take the money and run. Don't bother having Ewan. Ewan's clearly a waste of your time. Take the money and go. Don't have Ewan. Having Ewan's just going to be a ball ache for everyone involved. Don't bother. But then, the gangster fucking punk-ass motherfucker in me says, what the fuck who gives a shit about money? Why don't you put some effort into, like, art and creative expression and actually make something that people care about instead of money? Ooh. Didn't I do a whole thing last week about money. Yeah, I might have mentioned it once or twice. I mean, there's not much to this. I'm almost done. It's like, but with purpose, because I want to show you something else. Will take a few minutes, and so I don't want to, you know, fucking cunt and shit, piss, blood and piss. There's blood in my piss, and blood in my shit. It's cold in the D. That song, but talking about there being blood in my stool. There's blood in my shit. Well, that was funny for 0.00 seconds. See, because it wasn't funny at all. That's the joke there. These pens are really good, man. I'm going to have to buy like a shitload of them. Maybe I'll try and get a sponsorship. Oh, that won't happen because sometimes I say cunt. Oh, woe is me. What a stupid bastard I am. Look, it's Barney the Diddly Dinosaur and the Cheshire Cat, and they're purple because it's the purple episode. So, I've done this. This is the final version that I'm going to send to 2000 AD. This is it. It's done. Only joking. Come on now. Oh, let me have some root beer. No, but this is the rough that I will lightbox and paint. I will paint it. I'll paint it so nice and send it to 2000 AD as my entry into their current art competition for a one-page Judge Dredd story. Now, it's going to need editing because, of course, I'm me, and so I have to edit myself and censor myself because I'm such a filthy bastard. There you go, spit all over that shit because I'm filthy and horrible. So it's Once Upon a Muppet Party, which I'll probably have to change to Puppet Party, which does work because it's got the alliteration of the puppet party. So it's not all bad. But I don't know if I'll be able to call it Muppet Party because that might be a copyright issue, and 2000 AD might not be able to print the word Muppet without, asking for copyright and paying for the privilege of printing the word Muppet, because Muppet's probably, copywritten by the Jim Henson Company or whoever. I was going to write it Muppit. The official spelling is Muppet. But it's probably safer for me to just put Once Upon a Puppet Party. So there's all these Muppets. I hope you can see it clearly. I think it's sort of not too crowded in detail. There's like a pig Muppet and a weird long nose Muppet and just a bunch of Muppets hanging out. They've got drinks and they're partying. It's a party. It's a puppet party. And then Dredd shows up. This Dredd will be in silhouette. And so I'll adjust this now just for you so you can see it clearer. These pens are good, but they're not good for drawing at speed. I've noticed that. You have to be quite slow and purposeful with them, rather than quick and harsh, which is how I make love. Quick and harsh. And once every 6 years. But that's all you need, baby. Give it to you once and I give it to you hard. Every 6 years, and then I go back into the hills and eat pigs and call women whores. Judge Dredd in silhouette, and he's saying, "Disperse this riotous assembly." And then the puppets go, "Get the fucking judge!" But I'm going to have to change that to like F* at hash storm cloud with lightning FUCKING judge. Get the fucking judge. And angry Muppets. And then this is Dredd here. And he's I want a pen I can do like broader, quicker strokes with. Where's the thinner black Posca pen? I don't know where anything is. Ting tong, ping pong. I don't know where anything is. So, and this will need some work. I might make this hand like an open. Oh god, that was terrible. like with his fingers spread apart. I'm going to need to redo the whole thing now. Judge Dredd helmet with his funny Dredd helmet. And he's angry and he's like, oh shit, get the fuck off me. Shoulder pad. And then this will all be like his, you know, his costume in shadow. And there's a Muppet here hanging off of his arm. And this will be in shadow. And this will say Dredd. There's a little badge, a little chain here. More of his costume. Pouches. On his belt. And this is his crotch. And then here, I don't know how clear it will be. I'll try to get it in there. But there's a little Muppet here with his head turned sideways. A little angry Muppet face. And then he's swinging his fist here. And he's punching Dredd in the dick. So I may or may not keep that in. I'll see how it looks in the neater version before I sort of ink and then paint it. But you know, that's quite funny, isn't it? And that's my main thing is just be funny. And the problem, well, I guess the problem I always have is there's stuff I keep wanting to change, and I keep thinking like, oh no, I should change that to this, and I should do this instead of that, and I should have this kind of pose and that kind of pose. I should have Dredd in like a full body or Dredd in like a close-up. But there's only like a couple of weeks left before the end of the deadline, and I just have to get it in. I figure I'm at a point now where I'm like, it's good enough. Just do it. Just get it drawn, get it painted, send it in, and then leave it. And whatever happens, happens. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Big, fat, massive penis. Let it be. Do, do, do. Yeah, so you can see Dredd being swarmed by Muppets. This is like a sock puppet. Funny eyes going this way and that. Oh, what's going on? I don't know. And then I'll put in a couple more here and here, but then it probably will be cropped in the final piece. So, once upon a puppet party. Yay, woohoo, let's have fun. Yeah, cool. Disperse this riotous assembly. Oh, shit. There'll be a little speech bubble here. The speech bubbles will be drawn separately and then added in digitally because it's an issue of putting up the contrast. And they will say, oh my god, get the fucking judge! And then they'll all pile on. So there's one here on his arm here reaching for his face. There's one hanging off of his arm here. There's an angry one here with an arm up its jacksy. This one leaping at him here. This one punching him in the dick. And just a couple more like, oh no, just, you know, SpongeBob fish faces. And then this panel here is Judge Dredd's face, like a close-up. His like teeth gritted, his helmet. And then right up to the helmet is squished this puppet face, this angry puppet face here. And this is where I'm going to have to censor myself, because this, to me, this is really, really funny. But I'm fairly certain they won't want to have anything to do with it in the comic of 2000 AD. But I can put a little speech bubble here in my version, but in the version I send them, I'll leave it out. It's just going to be the puppet saying bitch, just calling Dredd a bitch. So he's right like pressed up against, his furry face is pressed right up against his helmet, right into his visor, and he's just like right up in his face going, bitch. And that sparks Dredd off, and now he's got his gun out. So this is like his hand here, gun barrel, shooting. It's going to say blam, blam, blam. His forearm. Angry Dredd face. And I'm worried a little bit because I think the pose is very similar. It's almost identical. So I might have to change that. And then screaming Muppet face here. And then here is the final panel. A bunch of dead puppets with like bullet holes and smoke coming out of the holes, and then stuffing everywhere, Like instead of blood and guts, it's just going to be like white fluffy stuffing and like a fake eye. I do want to check actually. Oh, it's right here. Cool. I need I've not looked at it, and this is purely for my own benefit. Okay, they're different enough. I was worried that this, with him firing, would be too close to this, and it would look like I've just straight copied Simon Bisley's Dredd. But no, they are different enough. The angle of the gun is a lot different. Yeah, it's different enough, and it'll be painted by me, and it will look different enough, so that's okay. I was just a little bit worried that, you know, it might look too copied, but I think that's a funny comic. It's a cool, like, one-page beginning, middle, and an end. It's got funny little Muppets, which will be fun to paint, and I'll paint Dredd. Like, I'll put effort into rendering his suit and his armor and his face, and then the puppets I'm going to use less paint so they look more cartoony, but still, like, you know, they'll have texture and stuff to them, so that'll be a good contrast. I'm unsure of what to do with the backgrounds, because that's one place I feel I'm lacking in this comic. Is there's not really a sense of space. They're just sort of in a space, but you know, I think I can work on that as I paint it. So Dredd will be painted really nicely. It will show that I know what Dredd looks like, that I can paint a good Dredd in an action pose. I can paint Dredd shooting his gun, and there'll be like lighting effects from the muzzle flare or whatever. And it's a fun, you know, once upon a Muppet party, hooray, yay, disperses riotous assembly. Oh, get the fucking judge, oh my god, oh, get him, oh fuck, bitch, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then here's a box, it will say like, Dredd to control, perps eliminated, or threat eliminated, send a cleanup crew, you know, that kind of Judge Dredd speaking thing. And I think it works in terms of the Dredd sort of thing overall, in a parody of, you know, being like an authoritarian, fascistic, you know, judge, jury, and executioner, which is the point of Dredd, is a parody of like that overblown fascist state kind of state police kind of thing. It's just a bunch of puppets having a party. Dredd has to walk in and break it up. Things get a bit haywire, and he kills them all. You know, it's you see, it's relevant to the fucking times we're living in. These are all gay people. Yeah, these are gay and trans people, and this is the government. That's what I'm saying with this comic. But that'll be a really fun one to paint, I think. So once I've finished recording this, pretty much now, I'm going to get the video processing, and then I'm going to get some fucking sleep. And then when I wake up, I'm going to get this light boxed, and then get it drawn, get it inked, get it underpainted. And then in the next day or so, hopefully by the weekend, I'll be able to send it via email to 2000 AD. And then maybe you'll see it on their 2000 AD art competition Instagram page. And obviously if they do share it on their page, I'll share it on mine and let you all know that it's there. I don't think it's a vote thing. I think it's all down to the editors of 2000 AD to choose the winner. Which is a shame, because I feel like if it was a voting thing, I could probably swing it. But even so, I've seen some of the other entries, and there are some sort of okay ones. Some have better stories than others. Some have slightly better art than others. But I think mine will have a sort of impact that the others don't. Being hand painted and clearly like funny and stuff. Clearly hilarious. Clearly bloody hilarious. But yeah, no, I think if I can get this done in the next few days, I think I am in with a good chance of winning. So let's all do this, yeah? Let's fucking a quick addendum to this. Literally just after I finished recording, I I went onto my Instagram just to check what was going on. You know, I uploaded my painting. I wanted to see how much people were in love with it. And I saw Posca had reposted the reel, and it's still up, and they've tagged me, and it seems to be fine. So I realised I spent like half the goddamn episode going, oh, these fucking brands and corporations, they won't work with me because, oh, I'm too edgy and I swear a lot. And then they've just posted it, and it's fine. However, I will at least say they've changed the song. They've not used the MF Doom track I used. They've put on some like current mumble rap something, and in the chorus I think it says like get the cash, which is so like antithetical to me and my art and my message. It's really a little bit annoying that they did that, but the artwork's up there. The video would be better with the music I put on it, but they do what they do. It's whatever. I just wanted to at least let it be known that I'm aware that they did post it after all, and I may have ever so slightly jumped the gun, getting a little bit upset over essentially nothing. But I stand by what I said in principle. There is a history of brands fucking me over like that, the cunts. But Posca at the moment, Posca are okay by me at the moment. Thin Ice, I guess, but you know, fucking.